Okay, well, let's get started. And those who trickle in, there will still be lots for them to catch. First of all, I'd just like to say hello and welcome you to the Creative Saskatchewan webinar about this year's music video production grant. My name is Lisa Prpich, and I'm a program officer here at Creative Saskatchewan. Creative Saskatchewan supports creative entrepreneurs throughout the entire province of Saskatchewan in treaties 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 10, which encompasses the unceded territories of the Nehiyawak and Anishinaabe, Dakota, Lakota, Nakota, and Dene nations, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. So yes, welcome and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us for this music video production grant webinar. Last year was the first year for it. This year, there are some changes that I'm going to go over, and we'll review the guidelines, the assessment criteria, and all the steps required to apply to the program and help you determine if this grant is right for the project you're planning on undertaking. Just a note, this presentation is being recorded and we'll make it available for future viewing on the Creative Saskatchewan website. There will be opportunities throughout the presentation for questions. So as if you have questions, you can pop them in to the Q&A, and we'll get to the questions at the end of the presentation. So let's dive in and talk about music videos. Essentially, music videos are a really fantastic marketing tool. There's a million ways for musicians to promote their music. Everything from radio airplay, publicity campaigns, print and digital advertising, influencers, social media campaigns, and getting it synced to a movie or a video game. The list really is endless when it comes to marketing music. But one thing is for sure, marketing music is as important as creating it. And the digital landscape is more crowded than ever. Digital music is consumed nonstop, but a music video is a really great way to get noticed. Music videos have become a significant part of an artist's general creative vision and output. Most importantly, they have become one of the most effective marketing tools for a musician. Not only does it showcase their brand and their music, it grows product sales and can generate streaming revenue. It's also a really great tool for a filmmaker. Every minute of a song in a music video can take a crew anywhere from 2 to 10 hours of shooting, editing, and finishing. Music videos are short films, essentially, that take many resources, so they're an excellent way for a filmmaker to showcase their work. Music videos are an important jumping off point for producers and directors to hone and explore their creativity and break into the industry. Experience is the most valuable asset to an emerging filmmaker, and quality content is what's needed to build a portfolio, and music videos are a great way to get there. Creative Saskatchewan offers 2 different grants that support music video production. The first is market and export development. There's 2 streams, the micro and major stream, and the market and export development grant is open to musicians. The music video production grant is open to filmmakers. So just a quick little summary of what the market and export development grant is. The major stream is deadlined. It covers 50% of eligible expenses up to $25,000 a year or $50,000 over 2 years. There's one deadline a year, which is January 11th. And it's a jury program. The micro stream is also deadlined. There's 4 deadlines over the course of the year. There's 3 left. Actually, September 15th, of course, has passed. But so the next one is December 1st. And then after that, it's February the 9th. The micro stream covers 50% of eligible expenses up to $5,000. It's open to all creative sectors and assessed both internally and against the criteria by industry experts. The Market and Export Development Grant for musicians supports a host of marketing activities, everything from hiring a publicist or marketing professionals, creating materials, updating your website and your assets, hiring social media experts, executing social media and ad campaigns, doing a radio tour, the production and marketing of live stream performances, but of course it also supports the production of music videos. Applicants to the Market and Export Development Grant for music video production, the applicant can be any Saskatchewan-based musician at any career level with a new product to market. If approved, the musician is the funding recipient, and they hire the professionals they want to work with to complete the project. So in a nutshell, that's market and export development. That's what musicians would apply for if they wanted to do a music video on their own. Now, for the music video production grant, this is what we're going to take a closer look at today. This is where filmmakers would find a musician to work with and then apply. So the overview, last year was the first year for the program. We opened the program for this year, September 13th, and there are some changes. But essentially the grant supports emerging Saskatchewan filmmakers with the production of a music video for a Saskatchewan musician at any stage of their career. The music video production grant supports 100% of eligible expenses up to $7,500. There's one deadline a year, and that is coming up November the 25th, and applications to this program are assessed by a jury. Eligibility, the applicant must be an emerging Saskatchewan-based filmmaker who have a short film or demo reel of the director's work. Film companies with 2 or fewer employees are eligible to apply. Film companies with more than 2 employees are not eligible. Filmmakers who have received a director or producer credit on any commercially broadcast project or feature film are not eligible to apply. The applicant to the music video production grant is the filmmaker. They're responsible for finding a musician to collaborate with, and the musician will need to complete an authorization form saying basically that they give the filmmaker the right to make a music video for them if they get the grant. Key points about the music video production grant. The sole purpose is for the creation of the music video. There is a small allowance for marketing of the music video, but essentially it is the creation of the music video. Mentors will be matched with the musician filmmaker teams to ensure the best possible video is produced. That's of no charge at all to the team. All phases of production for music video production must take place in Saskatchewan. Video projects must be written, directed, and produced by eligible Saskatchewan residents. And musicians will maintain ownership of the finished product, but must allow the filmmakers to use the music video in their private portfolio if it's not released publicly. So here's a breakdown. As I said, there's 2 grants that the Creative Saskatchewan offers that supports music video production. So if you're not sure which grant to apply to, well, if you are an emerging Saskatchewan-based filmmaker, you can apply to the music video production grant and find the musician that you want to work with. The grant covers 100% of eligible expenses up to $7,500. Now, if you're a musician, you can look to find a filmmaker to apply with, like on your behalf, for the music video production grant. However, you can also apply to the Market and Export Development Grant for a music video, which can be done anywhere. It's 50% of eligible expenses up to $5,000 for micro or $25,000 for major. And of course, as the musician, if you do get a Market and Export Development Grant, you find whichever filmmaker you want to work with and hire them. You're the grant recipient. However, with music video production, it's the filmmaker who is the applicant. Of course, sole purpose is for the creation of the music video. It has to happen in Saskatchewan. And the video must be written, directed, and produced by Saskatchewan residents. And mentorship, I'm going to talk more about that later, but mentorship is a big part of the music video production grant. That's something that is not included at all with the Market and Export Development Grant. So this year being the second year, there are some changes. Musicians don't apply to this grant. Like I said, they can either apply themselves to the Market and Export Development Grant and hire whoever they want to make the music video for them, or they can find a Saskatchewan filmmaker who is eligible and encourage them to apply to the music video production grant. Just keep in mind, musicians must have a song to promote that is slated for commercial release within the next 6 months. Musicians can be at any level of their career, and musicians cannot have previously had a music video produced by the applicant filmmaker. This year, the filmmaker is the only applicant to the grant. They're responsible for finding a musician collaborator to work with. They are the main contact for the application process start to finish. The collaborating musician will have to be a signatory on the funding agreement if the application is approved. Filmmakers must have a short film or demo reel of their work, and they cannot have previously produced a music video for the musician that they are partnering with. Established musicians are not eligible to this program as it's intended for emerging filmmakers. So filmmakers who have received a director or producer credit on any commercially broadcast project or feature film are not eligible, and film companies with more than 2 employees cannot apply. However, because so many musicians get support with the Market and Export Development Grant to do a music video, we do encourage Saskatchewan musicians you work with to apply to Market and Export Development to do a video with you, so you can be supported that way. Mentorship. It's one of the best parts about the music video production grant program. Approved applicants are each paired with an amazing industry expert who will guide them through the process and share valuable advice and constructive feedback. This is where the mentee will most likely grow by identifying their current strengths and weaknesses and learning how to use these to make themselves successful in the field. Approved applicants are given up to 20 hours of consultation time from their mentor throughout the life of the project, which is paid for by Creative Saskatchewan. With the program, successful participants will gain experience and knowledge in shot list and storyboard development, production budgeting and scheduling, navigating production agreements. You'll learn the difference between rough cuts and fine cuts, and a whole lot more. I must say, we find really amazing mentors. I talked to the mentors from the past year, and here's a list of all of them, which I'm sure you will find impressive, and some of them shared what they thought about the program. So Chris Trifo, he was one of our mentors. He is a principal partner and founding member of Wavelength Entertainment here in Regina. He has developed and produced and directed over 400 hours of programming for broadcasters from all over North America and the world. His programs have been seen in more than 150 countries, heard in over 30 languages. His current projects include docuseries like Mobile MD, Nordic Lodge, Bridging Borders, and I Lived with a Killer. He's received many awards, and he's done a whole lot of music videos. And when I asked him what he thought about the program, he said he had the good fortune to act as a mentor and found it invaluable for emerging filmmakers. He says, I wish this type of program had existed when I started in the industry. Another mentor is Ryan Gullen, musician, director, producer, and music manager. He's won 4 Junos with the platinum selling band, The Sheepdogs. He also runs a music management and consulting company called Velvet Antler Management and a production company called Fresh Ideas Productions. Erin Muslim is another mentor. She is a producer, director, and writer with Chickadee Creative Works. She has over 20 years working in the business, award-winning documentary production company, producing, writing, and developing for television and radio. Her work has been seen on CBC, Bravo, CTV Vision, TV Global, Knowledge Network, Chorus, and PBS, and a whole lot more. She says, providing emerging filmmakers and musicians the opportunity to collaborate while supporting them through the business life cycle of creating a music video all combines the creative solid foundations for further artistic advancement. Stephen Treveri and Scott McQuaig of Breathe Entertainment based in Toronto. They were mentors as well. Their company is an art and design focused production company. They have won tons of awards from Tribeca Film Festival, Paris Design Week, and the Junos. Some of their music video clients include Jesse Reyes, Alessa Cara, Busta and the Bass, and Ruby Waters, as well as commercial clients like Adidas, Holt Renfrew, Fujifilm, Lincoln. They thought Creative Saskatchewan did a great job aligning local talent with a panel of talented filmmakers who were dedicated to the process. The detailed approach sets them apart from many other grant programs. So that's pretty cool. Dylan Rishiak from Saskatoon, also a mentor. He's an award-winning creative director and the owner of Versa Films. They've done lots of cool projects and videos. He has meticulous detail and a more traditional film-oriented style that further connects audiences with the artists and brands. And Lindsay Thomas Robinson, also a mentor. He's a Canadian director and producer, currently living in Berlin. He has worked with American metal giants, Iron Reagan, Juno Award-winning Striker, internationally touring Artillery and Ray Gun Cowboys. He also does web series and has had films featured in different festivals. He thought the music video production grant is a great opportunity for filmmakers and musicians alike to learn and grow in a space that's encouraging for emerging artists. For artists to advance in their career, it is essential to have opportunities like this available. And I think Creative Saskatchewan has put together a program that can help achieve this. And Faraday Olson, she is a Saskatoon-based musician. She has over 15 years experience. She's had various songs placed in commercials and TV shows. Her folk group, Rosie and the Riveters, has won numerous songwriting awards and toured Canada, US, and Europe extensively, and she is a solo artist as well. She thought the music video program is a powerful experience for the musician and filmmaker and encourages many folks to apply. And I asked a few of the recipients of the program last year what they thought about it. Kendall Schendel is a solo artist. She said that being part of the program was a life-changing experience for her. She was able to create a high-quality music video that she would not have been able to achieve on her own, along with new connections made by working with the team. The value of this opportunity is immeasurable, and she definitely encourages other people to apply. Rylan Schultz of Il Creatura, also the Pistol Whips. He said the music video production grant is a great opportunity for musical artists, as well as aspiring filmmakers to create a high quality video that may otherwise been out of reach for their budget when starting out. Access to industry professionals and mentors is also an invaluable resource for a creator at any stage. Andrew Sorsdale of Prehistoric Productions, he said that the Creative Saskatchewan Music Video Grant provides 100% of the funding for the video, which makes it a unique and valuable resource for independent filmmakers and musicians alike. Francois, also Prehistoric, said if you're inexperienced or brand new to the filmmaking, music video producing game, no resource comes to mind that would benefit you more than Creative Sask's new music video production grant. Connect with professionals, get funded, and learn. And Josiah from Studio D, also one of the filmmakers that got a grant last year. He says one of the best takeaways from this program was the ability to collaborate with different creatives who are at all different levels of experience to take different perspectives and ideas and combine them to create a complete vision. Also to be able to produce a high quality product that may not have been done without the financial aid of the program. I would encourage anyone that is looking to get experience leading to a bigger production to apply for this grant. At times in this industry, it can be very difficult to get real world experience on bigger projects, especially if you're relatively new in the video world. This grant really provides creatives in Saskatchewan with a very unique opportunity. So there you go. That's what some folks had to say that participated last year. So if you are looking to apply this year, well, this is what you do. The first step is to visit the music video production grant webpage on the Creative Saskatchewan website. From there, you want to read the music video production guidelines and the general program guidelines. It's really important that you know that you and what you're going to do are eligible and meet the requirement. So I know it sounds super boring, but it's important. Read the guidelines. Next thing is find the musician you want to produce a music video for. Remember, they must be Saskatchewan based. They can be at any level of their career. They must have a new song that they plan to release within 6 months after the application deadline. And remember, you can have produced a music video with them in the past. Once you find your the person you want to work with, then you put together a creative treatment for the music video. This will be included in your application. It's worth 20 of the 30 points. So it's really important to spend a good bulk of time putting together the creative treatment. It should detail everything about the music video, from its concept to the overall setting, look, and tone. Once you and the musician that you're working with are happy with the creative treatment, then you want to save it as a PDF and upload it to your application. And I'll get more into that as to how you do that. Creative treatments for the music video. Really, the first thing you want to do is discuss the concept with the musician to capture the song subject and their interpretation of their song. Put together the treatment where you detail the full concept. The concept may be metaphorical or a little literal one. If the video will be primarily a live performance, describe the performance as if you were writing choreography for it, and include what each performer is doing on stage, any special effects, camera angles, specific shots, that kind of thing. Write about the setting of the video, what the synopsis of the story is from start to finish, and don't forget to note when a particular scene needs to correspond with a lyric in a song. Describe each scene's setting, the character's tone and actions, how these elements relate to the video. A treatment can include elements that won't be included in the script. That may include specific suggestions for how the performers in the video should act and specific locations in the song where scene should occur. Lighting, special effects, and other elements that affect the production of the video should be written out in the treatment as well. And here's an example of a creative treatment that was successful from last year's program. This was the treatment that was put forward for Kendall Schendel's video, Act Like You Don't Care. So they have the synopsis that, you know, what the overview is for the intent of the music video. Then they've put together video style and ideas. Various images that portray, you know, what they, the mood that they want to capture and the feel of the video overall. Some references, like a couple of examples of, you know, where they perhaps drew some inspiration from, and the conclusion. So yeah, that's an example of a good creative treatment from last year. So if you do experience, you know, any challenges in finding a musician to work with, there's a couple of resources for you. We encourage you to visit the Sask Music website. Sask Music is the industry association in the province of Saskatchewan that represents the music industry in the province. And they have a pretty great directory on their website, which anybody can check out. You'll find hundreds of groups and duos and solo artists of all genres. Just remember though, whoever that you're looking at working with, it's up to you to make sure that they're eligible and that they're a Saskatchewan resident. And more information about that, the eligibility can be found in our guidelines. Also, there's a collaborator form on the music video production grant webpage on our website. We can help you find someone. So you can fill that form out and submit it if you're looking for, for help in finding a collaborator. You'll have to get a support letter from the musician that you're working with, which will be included in your application. Basically, it needs to say that they agree to be included in your application, and they can talk about why they want to work with you on this project and that they agree to the partnership. On the music video production grant webpage is the assessment criteria. This is exactly how your application will be assessed and scored by the jury. And these are all the things you need to address in your application. So spend some time looking at this. So the assessment criteria: creative treatment, 20 points. Well, we require a 2-page creative treatment for the song you'd like to produce a music video for. Include a concept board and rationale for why you selected the song, what your inspiration for the video is. Next is the plan, 5 points. Based on the creative treatment, is the plan achievable given the 6-month timeline and budget of $7,500? And goals and objectives, 5 points. Describe your career goals and objectives and how making the video would allow you to achieve them. Include details on how you anticipate achieving them and why making this video is the next logical step for your career. So that's the assessment criteria. After you've had a good look at that, then you want to set up a profile in GMS if you haven't already done so. GMS is the online grant management system that we use at Creative Saskatchewan, where you will submit your application. So from the music video production grant webpage, when you're ready, you click on the Apply Now button, and that will take you to the webpage that explains what GMS is and how it works. And that's what that's what it looks like. So it kind of explains what the online grant management system is. After you've read through all that, click on the Login to GMS button, and that will take you to another website, the GMS website, which is located at creativesas.smartsimple.ca. So once you're there, you're going to set up your profile. Your profile will include your name. Now, you need to use the name of the person or business that will receive the money if they're approved for a grant. And remember, whoever gets money from Creative Saskatchewan, that's anything over $500 in a fiscal year, will receive a T4A that you'll need to claim on your taxes. Also, the name of the applicant, either a business or a person, must meet the eligibility requirements set out in the guidelines. So, spend some time thinking about that before you set up your profile, because you don't want to put it in the wrong name. Once you figure that out, add the contact and personal information, and then select the creative sector you identify with. In this case, it will be film and TV. It's important that you select that one so that the programs available to that sector appear for you. Then you want to start your application. So once you're in, then all of the programs available to you will pop up, and you want to scroll down to music video production and click Start an Application. And then you fill out the required fields. Now, there's 4 tabs: declarations, project summary, project details, and upload files. The first one is declarations. So you read each one of those points and select what is applicable to you. Then project summary. So project title, what is the name of your project, why you want to do this project, that's the project statement. You select your creative sector, when, approximately when you would start the project, and how you heard about Creative Saskatchewan. Now there's 3 fields that there's a note here. It says, please zero out the following 3 fields. A budget will be completed with your mentor if your application is approved. So amount of Saskatchewan spend, total budget, and amount requested from Creative Saskatchewan, you zero those out because you don't know right at the time of application how much it's going to cost. That's figured out after if you're approved with your mentor. Then you go to the project details page, and this is where you answer the questions. You provide details about the musician that you decided to work with. This is what is outlined in the assessment criteria. So you go through and fill out the project details. You'll have to get information from the musician about the song itself, the composer, the producer, engineer, studio name, recording type, when the song will be commercially released, and you'll need to get an MP3 of the song from them. You'll provide a link to the short film or director's demo reel. You'll put together the production schedule. Now this is all just, this will be refined once working with a mentor, but this is, approximately what the production schedule would be. Who the key crew members would be: the director, producer, director of photography, and editor, and any additional information that you would like to share. Then you go to the uploads files tab. This is where you would upload the song in an MP3 format, as well as the creative treatment. As you go through the application process, we encourage you to save your work often so you don't lose it. And before you submit it, it's not a bad idea to get a second set of eyes. You could have a friend or a colleague proofread your application. You can take screenshots in GMS and send them along with the documents you're uploading to someone to proof. Don't share your username or password with anyone to log into GMS. The only person that should be doing that is you. And once you're happy with everything, then submit your application. We encourage you to submit your application well before the deadline, which is Friday, November 25th at 4 p.m. Saskatchewan time. The deadline means that applications must be submitted before then, but generally programs are open for weeks or months beforehand. So when the program is open, when you have all the information you need, then apply and give yourself plenty of time and ensure your application is thorough and complete. It's pretty shocking how many times people miss the deadline. And after the clock strikes 4 p.m. Saskatchewan time, we have no way of accepting a late application. So don't chance it. Try and apply as early as you can. After the deadline, an initial review of your application will be conducted by Creative Saskatchewan program staff and will ensure that the project and the applicant meet eligibility. And if it's all good to go, then the application will be assessed with all the other applications received by a jury. You will get results about 10 weeks from the deadline, so no later than February 2nd, 2023. You'll receive your results via the grant management system, and we'll send you an email saying that they're available, and then you can log into GMS and select active applications. If you're not approved, you'll receive a copy of your scores and be encouraged to apply again in the future. If you are approved, a Creative Saskatchewan program officer will be assigned to you to guide you through the grant administration process. From there, you'll receive an agreement that both you and the musician you're partnering with will need to sign. And then you will be paired with a mentor to help you through the process. The mentor will help you finalize the creative treatment for the music video. Based on the creative treatment, you'll work out a detailed plan to ensure the video is produced within the mandatory 6-month timeline. This plan will ensure the storyboard, shot list, and production schedule are all finalized. The mentor will help you navigate the necessary production agreements and ensure that everything is in place. We will provide you with a template for your budget, and working with your mentor, you'll put the budget together. The commitment from Creative Saskatchewan would be no more then $7,500 for eligible expenses. Once you complete your budget, then you submit it to your program officer approval. And once you get the green light, then you are all good to go. You'll receive 80% of the total amount of funding that you have been approved for the first payment, and that will be given to you in time for your first day of principal photography. Remember, all phases of production, pre-production, production, and post all must take place within Saskatchewan. Throughout the life of a project, things change, and we totally get that, and that's okay. If you need to make any changes, it's generally not a problem. You just get in touch with your program officer and discuss it with them and make sure that it's okay. Throughout the process, there will be various professional development workshops offered to the musician and filmmaker teams, some really cool workshops. So you can expect to participate in that. And then once you're done the video, you're all finished, the rough cut and the final cut, then you'll submit a final report and receipts for all your expenses. The Creative Saskatchewan team will then go through everything, finalize the actual spend. If you're over budget, Creative Saskatchewan's original commitment will remain the same. If you're under budget, Creative Saskatchewan's original commitment will be adjusted to 100% of the actual spend. Just, remember, it's okay to be over budget. You just need to be okay with covering the overage. Then comes your final payment when the actual spend and Creative Saskatchewan's final commitment is determined. The remaining amount of the funds owing, 20% or less if you're under budget, will be paid to you. And then both parties, the musicians and filmmakers, will have a completed music video to add to their professional portfolio. Just remember that the musicians will maintain ownership of the finished product. If the music video is not released publicly, then the musician must allow their partnering filmmaker to use the final cut video in their private portfolio. And if at any stage during the application process or even before you get started, if you have questions, you can always reach out to a program officer here at Creative Saskatchewan. Karen Jarowitz, Andre Martineau, and myself are the program officers here at Creative Saskatchewan, and we are here to help you navigate the application process for our grants and programs from the pre-application stage to final reporting. We welcome one-on-one consultations over the phone or via Zoom. You can email us or call with any questions, and all of our contact information is on the website. And I also encourage you to subscribe to Spotlight, which is our new newsletter. It's the best and quickest way to learn of program news like opening dates and deadline dates and news about new programs, anything like that. So just visit our website and sign up for the newsletter called the Spotlight. And there we go. So that's essentially is the music video production grant for this year. If you do have any questions, we encourage you to, okay, so we have a question saying, what if you're a filmmaker and a musician? Well, that's very cool if that's the case. So if you are a filmmaker and you meet the applicant requirements laid out in the program guidelines, and you want to make a music video for yourself, and as a musician you would meet the requirements, meaning that you're Saskatchewan based and you would have a song that you're going to be releasing within 6 months of the grant closing date, then for sure you could apply to make a music video for yourself, which would be very cool. Yeah, and if there's any other questions, just please type them into the Q&A box. And of course, if you want to, chat more one-on-one, you're welcome to do that. Just visit the Creative Saskatchewan website, and the contact information for myself, Andrea, and Karen are on the website, and you can email us or call us. And this webinar will be posted on our website as well for future reference if you want to check that out, or if you know of someone who you think that this program would be really a good fit for, encourage them to check it out. So Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any more questions. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to thank you again so much for taking time out of your day to check out the Creative Saskatchewan Music Video Production Grant. I am Lisa Prpich. Enjoy. Oh, it looks like we have another. Oh, someone just saying thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's been great. Enjoy the rest of your day.